There are already people looking for your product or service. The question is, how do they find you? How do you make yourself findable? How do you bring visibility to your product or service? And how do you ensure there is credibility to your product or service? Now, the assumption is you're already providing a quality product or service that people desire to have. Now, you need to make yourself distinguishable, and you need to invest in skills that allow you to sell the payoff. Do not coerce people. In this digital and AI age, you need to leverage on tools that allow you to sell your product or service. Optimize your online profiles. Get on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and make sure you've got a consistent profile or brand identity. You also need to make sure that you have a bio that's defined on these socials, and make sure that there's a link which goes to your website from these profiles. Google yourself. Ensure that your brand, your product or service is findable, is searchable. Create a website or even a portfolio. Ensure that you clearly spell out the payoff that people get from your product or service, and have a consistent brand. Show up where your audience is. Join the relevant groups. It could be Facebook, it could be WhatsApp, it could be LinkedIn, or even industry communities. Join the communities that allow you to sell or make known of your product or service. There are already people looking for your product or service. And you need to make sure you comment, you answer questions, you participate in these groups. Don't be a silent member of the relevant groups. Use content to share your expertise. Create a blog, post videos, have content on social media. It could be videos, it could be images. Leverage on all these tools to make sure that you bring awareness to your product. Network with intention. Make sure you attend seminars, webinars, any conferences or conventions that are held where there's room for networking. Make sure you are present. You never know. There might be someone who's already looking for your product or service. Collaborate with others. Leverage on others to sell your products, to sell your service. Co-host events. Participate in events where you may be able to also share your product or service. Partner with others. Participate in projects where you can sell or advertise your product. There are already people looking for your product. The question is, how do you make yourself findable? Ask for reviews and mentions. Allow people to review your product or service. Be intentional and make those reviews and feedbacks available to your market. Then use your brand identity consistently. Be known. Don't just sell products or services that are not branded. Let there be a means or a mechanism to trace back to the originator of that product or service. There are already people looking for your product or service. The question is, how do they find you? How do they know that you are existent? How do they know that you're offering such a wonderful product? How do they know that you're offering such a useful service? So the question is, how do you make yourself findable? There are already people looking for your product or service. So invest in becoming findable. Invest in becoming searchable. Invest in becoming a brand so that it's easier for people to locate your product or service.